Hi, I'm Jonathan and I'm a postgrad student at the University of Manchester. I'm just starting the second year of my PhD in biomedical imaging sciences, which is very kindly funded by the CF Trust. It's really difficult to measure where inhaled drugs end up in the lungs directly, so we're building a mathematical model that can predict that. And then we're going to plug the MRI data into that model to investigate how blockages in the lung affect where inhaled drugs end up. So if we can estimate where inhaled drugs will end up in the lungs, then it takes a lot of the guesswork out of dosing these drugs during clinical trials. When you're dosing inhaled drugs, it's important that the amount that reaches each airway is high enough to work correctly, but not so high as to cause any side effects. And in the longer term, it could help more broadly with personalising inhaled treatments for people with CF. I really enjoy the independence of the work. So you basically get given a project, and then from there, it's just your responsibility, and it's up to you how to get it done. But at the same time, it's very collaborative. I've got great supervisors in Carl and Alex who I see regularly, and my project is part of a bigger project, and so you meet lots of new people through that, and they've all been really lovely. The trust is quite generous and pays what I like to call a living stipend. So because of that, it's meant that I was able to make the jump back from industry into academia, and then now that I'm here, I can actually focus on my project all of the time rather than stressing about money. I think that's really good for the trust as well, because it means that the applicant pool for any projects that they have is a bit broader. I've usually got such a mix of different things going on that there really isn't a typical day for me. I split my time between the uni campus, the research centre at Wythenshawe Hospital, and then working from my desk here. Most of the time I'm doing some combination of maths, programming, reading and writing, but then there's also things like meetings, seminars, teaching work. And then on top of that, there's all the more occasional stuff like traveling to conferences, research visits, outreach. So there's definitely never a dull day.